Let me ask you a brutal question. Who is consuming your mental energy right now without adding meaningful value to your life? Think about that person. The one you keep making excuses for. The one you keep telling yourself will eventually change. The one where you keep saying, maybe they just need more time. Maybe if I communicate better, maybe they have potential. Stop, because there is a dangerous difference between seeing someone's potential and experiencing their actual character. And if you are constantly investing in a connection that gives you uncertainty, inconsistency, disrespect, or exhaustion in return, you aren't being loyal. You are negotiating against yourself. Today we are talking about the strategic exit, knowing when to stop chasing, when to stop fixing, when to stop explaining, and when to simply walk away. Potential is one of the most expensive illusions you can buy. You don't have a relationship with someone's potential. You have a relationship with their current behavior. Maybe they are brilliant. Maybe they are ambitious. Maybe they are incredibly attractive. Maybe they have an amazing story. Maybe you can see exactly who they could become. But if their present behavior consistently produces chaos, disrespect, manipulation, unreliability, or one-sided effort, their potential doesn't pay your bills. Their potential doesn't protect your peace. And their potential doesn't build your future. This is where high achievers get trapped. They become obsessed with solving the person. If I can just help them, if I can just motivate them, if I can just make them understand. No, your mission isn't to rehabilitate every person who enters your life. Your mission is to build your life. And there is a psychological reason you keep staying: the sunk cost fallacy. You have already invested 6 months. You have already invested 2 years. You have already invested money, attention, emotional energy, and opportunities. So your brain tells you, I can't leave now. I have already invested too much. But here's the brutal reality. Past investment is not a reason to make a bad future investment. If you bought a terrible stock yesterday, you don't buy more of it today simply because you already own it. You evaluate what it is worth now. Relationships deserve the same clarity. Ask yourself, if I met this person today, knowing everything I know now, would I choose this connection again? That question can expose a lot of delusion. So what exactly are we looking for? Not perfection, not constant agreement, and definitely not relationships where people are useful only when they serve your ambition. We are talking about reciprocity and respect. Watch for patterns. You are always initiating. You are always checking in. You are always solving problems. You are always apologizing. You are constantly walking on eggshells. Your boundaries are repeatedly ignored. They disappear when you need support but appear when they need something. Your success makes them uncomfortable. Your growth creates resentment. You leave interactions feeling drained rather than grounded. And most importantly, the relationship repeatedly requires you to abandon your own standards to keep it alive. One bad day doesn't define a person. One disagreement doesn't mean you should leave. But a persistent pattern, that is data, and intelligent people respond to data. Now let's talk about something deeper. Your relationships don't stay inside one compartment of your life. A person who constantly destabilizes you can affect your work, your sleep, your training, your confidence, your decision making, your attention, your ambition. You start spending 2 hours analyzing a text message instead of working on your business. You spend your morning trying to fix somebody else's emotional chaos instead of executing your own priorities. You become approval seeking. You stop asking, what do I want to build? And start asking, how do I keep this person happy? That is the real danger. The connection has stopped supporting your mission. It has become your mission, and that is a terrible trade. So what do you actually do? 1. Establish your baseline. Decide what is non-negotiable for you. Respect, honesty, reciprocity, reliability, healthy boundaries, shared values. Without a baseline, you will rationalize almost anything. 2. Look at patterns, not promises. Don't evaluate someone based on what they say they are going to do. Evaluate what they repeatedly do. Words matter. Patterns matter more. 3. Stop over-investing. If someone consistently gives minimal effort, don't compensate by giving maximum effort. Match reality. Don't chase. Don't perform. Don't try to earn someone's basic respect. 4. Communicate once when appropriate. If there is a genuine relationship worth preserving, communicate the issue clearly. Not a 3-hour emotional courtroom. Not manipulation. Not threats. Just clarity. This behavior doesn't work for me. This is the standard I need. Then observe what happens. 5. Exit when the pattern doesn't change. And here's the part most people struggle with. You don't always need a dramatic ending. Sometimes the most powerful exit is simply distance. Less access, less availability, less emotional investment, no revenge, no public announcement, no 5-page explanation. Just a boundary followed by action. Now let's be careful. Walking away doesn't mean becoming cold, cruel, or narcissistic. It doesn't mean treating human beings as disposable. And it absolutely doesn't mean cutting everyone out because they aren't high value enough for you. That is insecurity disguised as standards. A mature strategic exit means recognizing this relationship isn't healthy or reciprocal for me anymore, and then acting accordingly. If the relationship is abusive, threatening, or otherwise unsafe, prioritize your safety and seek appropriate professional or personal support rather than attempting a dramatic confrontation. But when we are simply dealing with a chronically mediocre, one-sided connection, you don't need to destroy the person. You just need to stop participating in the pattern. Now comes the important part. Don't just remove the person. Reclaim the energy. Take the hours you spent obsessing, put them into your career. Take the attention you spent seeking approval, put it into your fitness. Take the emotional energy you spent trying to fix somebody, put it into building yourself. Your 2026 goals aren't going to achieve themselves. Your business doesn't care about your excuses. Your body doesn't care about your relationship drama. Your future doesn't care how much potential somebody else had. Your future cares about what you do next. And when your social environment becomes healthier, your execution often becomes cleaner. Not because successful people need to eliminate everyone who isn't successful, but because your environment influences your attention, your standards, and your behavior. Choose people who challenge you, support you, respect you, tell you the truth, and genuinely celebrate your growth. Those people become force multipliers. And here's something nobody likes talking about. After you walk away, there may be a vacuum. Your phone gets quieter, your weekends feel different, you suddenly have nobody to text, and your brain starts saying, maybe I made a mistake. Don't automatically run back. Sometimes solitude isn't punishment, it is recalibration. Use that space to rediscover who you are without somebody else's approval. Train, read, build, travel, work, create. Reconnect with people who actually matter. Learn to give yourself feedback. Learn to enjoy your own company. Because if you cannot stand alone, you'll eventually tolerate the wrong people just to avoid being alone. And that is where sovereignty begins, when loneliness stops controlling your decisions. So here is the challenge. Think of the person you have been making excuses for. Ask yourself 5 questions. Do they consistently respect me? Is the effort reasonably reciprocal? Do I become a better version of myself around them? Would I choose this connection again today? And finally, am I staying because the relationship is genuinely good or because I am addicted to its potential? Be brutally honest, because the most dangerous connection isn't always the toxic one. Sometimes it is the lukewarm one, the one that is not terrible enough to leave immediately, but not good enough to justify staying. And every month you spend tolerating it is a month you aren't investing fully in the life you are capable of building. So stop betting your future on somebody else's potential. Stop chasing lukewarm energy. Stop confusing endurance with loyalty. You are bleeding mental energy on people who wouldn't even check on you if your status hit 0. Stop insulting your ambition by constantly negotiating for basic reciprocity. Walk away when the pattern tells you to walk away. Reclaim your focus. Reclaim your standards. Reclaim your independence. And then build a life so aligned with your mission that the people who enter it have to add to the architecture, not become another problem you have to carry. This is EvoLevEx. Your future deserves your full attention. Choose your people strategically. Protect your energy ruthlessly. And never trade your potential for mediocre companionship.